Okay.
And that's what we
No, he's gonna. No, please.
And that's what we have for you this week. All the best. We hope you found this useful, and we'll see you next week.
I was gonna say he's gonna use it, so delete it.
Hi teachers, welcome to this week's vlog. This week, each one of us will share an activity, a practical activity that we learned from the TESOL conference in Houston last week, and we hope that you can adapt and implement at least one of these activities in your classes next week.
I'd just like to share with you one thing that I found pretty fun activity from last week's Texas TESOL conference. Was called the Flyswatter Exercise, and it was in the context of a pronunciation session. This is really more a listening session, and it can be applied to words, it can be applied to numbers, phrases, and you can apply it as you like or adapt it up or down. Today we have Eric and Roddy as our students. They're representing their respective teams in the classroom. What happens is that they need to get more points for their team than the opposing player. But that's the objective. The way you get points will be when I say a word, when the teacher says a word, from this word cloud, they'll quickly turn around, identify the word, and swat the word. Once they do that, they gain a point for their team. Let's see how we go. We'll give a little demonstration and see if you can apply that maybe next week. Students, are you ready?
We're ready.
Now the rules of the game are you cannot swat each other.
Okay.
No blocking, you understand what that is.
Right.
And we cannot ask help from the audience. Just you two, representing your teams. Ready?
Ready.
Set, go. Homework. Eric, you're the winner. First point for your team. Good job.
Something that interests me is pronunciation in the classroom. At TexTESOL, there are a couple of sessions on pronunciation in the ESL classroom. One of the sessions that we went to, they gave us each a set of these cards. They're color-coded, and they have the sounds for the past tense regular ED on them. It was a way of review, so the teacher said, for example, worked, and every student held up the proper card, the right pronunciation sound, and then they could peer check and see if they're holding up the right card, or if they had the wrong card, they could do a switch. I did this activity, I adapted it a little bit, and I went over the voiced and unvoiced sound of TH. And I made it a little more of a game, competition, and I put all my students in pairs, and then I gave each pair a yellow card that had the unvoiced TH sound, and I gave them an orange card with the voiced TH sound. And I put them in front of them, like this, and then I said the word, and they had to grab the right symbol, right pronunciation for that word. For example, bath. They had to quickly grab the unvoiced TH sound. We did this in 3 rounds, and each round, the winner of each round went to the next round, and then finally we had a champion. And it worked really, really well in the classroom for a review, and it was a lot of fun for the students.
Okay, so one activity that appealed to me was from a presentation on connecting content and language, and it can be adapted to intermediate and advanced level ESL classes. So it's called Anticipation Guide. So basically what you do is you, before giving the students the reading, you come up with 4 or 5 very generalized statements about the reading, and then students in their small group will discuss these statements and see if they agree or disagree with the statement. Now, after the reading and introducing the lesson, teaching it, they can revisit that anticipation guide and see if their opinions are still the same. So what, for example, on the reading about teenage driving, you can come up with a statement such as learning to drive teaches responsibility, or getting a license is easier for teens today than in the past. So they will do it before reading and then again after reading to see if they still agree or disagree. What this activity does is it activates schema or background knowledge. It also promotes discussion, and it is something that allows meaning to be explored and negotiated. It's something good for intermediate and advanced levels.
Well, thanks teachers for visiting with us today, and if you have any questions or anything specific to what we presented today, feel free to drop us a line.
Have a good weekend.